How would you describe this movie?
No, what? How would you describe this movie?
I would describe it as a feminist thriller about a quiet, subjective experience that's treated with the gravity of a spy flick.
I would describe it as a psychological thriller flick about two friends, one who fits into the mold of like sanctioned femininity and one who doesn't, and they take a trip together that turns awry. I made this movie because my whole life I didn't feel like I fit into what I'd been taught was the right way to be a woman. I'd been taught that as a woman you're supposed to be shy, you're supposed to be unopinionated, you're supposed to look a certain way, you're not supposed to take up too much space. I was really struggling with that and struggling with it as it related to my friendships between women, and wanted to make a movie that spoke to that experience because I started talking to other women about it and they seemed to have a similar experience.
I think that the feedback that a lot of women receive is uninvited and constant about the ways in which they're succeeding and failing at the competitive sport of being female.
So I started off as always wanting to be an actress ever since I was a really little girl, and I think part of that, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, is because as a woman, that if you wanted to be involved in film, that was where your role models were. Like there weren't very many female filmmakers to look to when I was growing up in the 90s. Because now that I'm like directing and really focused on directing, it feels so much more suited to my personality and my like who I am and what I want to do and how I want to express myself.
Storytelling obviously matters because seeing examples of your own life or your own particular experience makes you feel less alone in the world and also acts as an educational tool towards other people's experiences that you might not have access to.
I think it's really important that filmmakers and storytellers and film institutes support voices that don't back down and are committed to finding the humanity in everyone and being a voice for people whose voices are going to continually be marginalized and hopefully one day won't be, but I think that's really important.